Hello, good morning, and welcome to our first episode of the Business Blog Online Editor Tutorial 101. I would like yet again to thank you guys for putting your interest and your time into this venture, and I really appreciate you guys in what you do. So I thought it's time for us as the team is building that we actually also start moving along with things, and I thought this is a good step to get things going, and I hope that this tutorial will find it easy and helpful, and I hope that it actually is able to better you guys in this field, and possibly make this thing a full-time career, and be able to build a success and a name for you guys inside of this online space. And I think definitely that's the way things are moving now. Everybody is doing things online. Brands cannot afford not to be online, and it's just a matter of positioning yourself and showing that content that you need. And there might just be a bit of a distortion between the video and the audio, but don't worry about that. I think it's more important that you're able to see and hear what exactly I'm talking about. So I think thanks again, and let me just take you through to tutorial 101 of online editing, and that's from the business blog. Let's go. Cool. So the first thing we're gonna do is, as the CRM system we're using is WordPress, we would like just to log in and sign up, which I'll provide you with all the login details. And then firstly, what you're gonna see on the screen is you're gonna see the back end of the WordPress. So it all looks fun and nice and clean on the outside, but on the back end, this is exactly what you see. So on the left hand side, you'll see the menu bar where you can see all the posts, the media, the pages, the comments. But more essentially, what you guys as online editors are going to be using, you're going to be using the media to upload all the videos and content, and the post to add the actual content into the article. So what we're just going through now is just the dashboard page, which is the first page of the backend of WordPress. Gives you a summary of what's happening, how much posts we have, how much posts have been read, how much comments is there. Also, there's a Google Analytics box where you can see how much traffic has been driven to the site over the past 7 days, over the past 3 days, how much people are new, how much people are returning visitors. We'll also be able to see how long they spend on the site, and all those details. But we'll go into that more into detail when we dive into a Google Analytics tutorial. But let's go. And I think essentially to start off with your article, I think the most important thing to do is would be to actually upload your images, which as you prepare in your article, you make sure that you save the content from the contributors, which is the other writers, in a Word document. Make sure all the spelling and grammar is right on the Word doc. Make sure all the pictures has been renamed and alt text. So in this example, we're gonna use the business blog Man of the Month featuring Umfana Coffee South Africa. I think the reason for that word is that we're gonna focus on those as being our keywords, which is Man of the Month, which is our article, which is the founder of Mokofane, and the business blog, which is actually our site. So when people search for these images on Google, and they're looking for any of these keywords, will hopefully be appearing first in that search result. So I'm just naming all four of them, and it's just pictures 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember to include your dash between each of the text words and alt text. So I'm just going to add all four of them, select it, and upload. So as I say, it's also much easier just to upload your media first before you actually go to the post. So just to summarize where we came so far, so we logged into the back end of our WordPress website. We've been able to see that the left-hand menu had all the selections that we were going to use, media to upload the post, and post to actually add the actual content and article into the back end of the website. We've just added our media, uploaded, and we have also included our alt text, which in every case is separated by dash words. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, we just opened the Word doc, which I mentioned earlier on, to say that it's very important to have it saved separately. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself looking around your computer looking for the article. But once you have it saved in a Word doc, when you get it from the contributors, you know exactly what to do. So this is actually a very good article from one of the writers called Pascaline. She did a feature interview Man of the Month with the founder of Mokofani Coffee. Now we're actually going to add our post, and we're going to go to the left hand menu, post, and add new. That will open up a whole new page, which is now going to be the main article and the actual article, which will appear on the front end of the website, which our readers will be able to view, to see, and actually to share. Cool. So what we're going to do firstly is we're going to do the title of the article. The title will be is the header of the article, and yet again, based on the keywords we're going to use, it will be article will state man of the month. We'll put in the interviewee's name, and we'll say that he is the founder of Mokofani Coffee. Cool. So what we have to remember in this case is that yet again our keywords are all there. So when people are searching for the interviewee as a person, he'll be able to find his name in this article. When they search for his brand, which is Mokofani Coffee, they'll be able to find the article because it's all highlighted and included into the actual title of the article. I think what we're going to do next is just copy and paste our body of our article, which we had saved in the Word document, and we're just going to move it over to the main body of the add new post page. So we just cut and paste the full article because, like we said, also we don't want to play too much editing on the back end. The back end is more just the insert of the article, but the editing, for me, I believe it needs to be done in the front when you're still busy with the Word doc, just making sure that all the spelling and grammar and text and format and sizes and stuff is correct. I think I always like to just highlight the interview questions so the reader can see which is the bold and italic is the questions being asked by the interviewer, and the non-bold and non-italic is the response from the actual interviewee, which in this case is the founder of Mokofani Coffee. You see, so in this case, I haven't really edited it in the doc, and you can see now I'm having some trouble now having to sort out, the whole interview as a whole on the back end of WordPress, which it should have been done much easier if I was doing this in Word documents. I do apologize for that, even though I do uh, tend to understand the importance of it, but you know. And like I say with you guys is that if you as soon as you do step into a to a more corporate or or even on your personal branding, it's very important that you understand online editing because it is the crux of of the entire you know uh, journalism or creative writing process, because initially all your steps are your research, or your keyword tags, or your research of your SEO, and then it's your actual doing the actual journalism work, whether it's going out there doing the interview, whether it's putting the article together, understanding how the article needs to be structured with the introduction, with the main body, with the conclusion, and also which links are you going to use to and from, from the website as well. So being able to understand the online complete process, that's very important that you have to remember, that it's a very important thing to do. So like I can say we're still busy with the editing now, which is just making sure that everything is aligned, that all the keywords are in bold and italic, that everything is nicely centered and nicely structured, so that the reader has a nice flow along the line of the actual article. Cool. So I think that is now the complete actual edit of the article. You can see it looks much better, much cleaner. The bold and italic is there, and it's much more bulleted, much better presented. Cool. So now we're going to step onto the primary category. So in this case, the primary category will be the business talk, as it's the interview, and it's business related article in that sense. So the next thing we're going to add is the subtitle. The subtitle is what you'll see under the header. It's an introduction or a summary of what the reader is about to expect in the main body of the article. The subtitle is normally kept short, but includes the keywords as well, because this assists us in the SEO and also in the actual keyword weighting in the complete article. So yet again, we'll give the interviewer's name, what the article is about. He's the founder of Mukofani Coffee, and that he has a real inspirational and aspiring story that with whatever you put your mind to, you're able to do it. So if anybody yet again searches for his name or for his brand, they'll be able to find us as the article, or us as the platform of that article in Google, on social media, but across the board we'll be able to identify and see with us on that side. So now we're in this useful tool that we have on the back end of our WordPress, and it's called Yoast SEO. It's able to assist you and make sure that your article is properly prepared and properly worded for SEO and for search engine optimization ranking. Yet again, I've mentioned the word keywords and alt text and SEO a lot, because that is the way Google's able to place and put your article in front of the correct audience. So yet again, you want your article to be presented to people that's searching for you and that's actually interested in what you're offering. Cool. So like you can see, this is how good our SEO is. When you do search for the business blog, it gives you all 10 results on the first page, and that's able to see the importance of SEO in that case. And we just try to look for the subtitle. So what you can see is the business blog, and it will say it's the youth culture, entertainment, media in South Africa, and it's for the youth, and it's to drive culture. So SEO title yet again includes all our keywords: man of the month, founder's name, and the name of his brand. That will appear on the first page of Google when people do find and search for our article through that avenue. And what we're going to add now and edit is the meta description. The meta description is the part that comes after the actual URL, which is below the SEO title, and it's just the description of the actual title. I normally like to cut and paste the subtitle, because we've already incorporated our keywords, our SEO in that section. So it's just a matter of cutting and pasting that in there. And the focus keyword in this case, which is the main SEO, the main keyword of the entire article, I would go in this case, would go with Mokofane Coffee. I think because that's the brand, and I think that's what people will search for on Google. And I feel like that's what Google should recommend when people are searching for coffee shops, coffee breweries within South Africa or Joburg for that matter. and they should be able to find Mokafani coffee in that case. So then, just going on, you can see that everything on our Yoast SEO plugin is green, which means everything is good. The SEO title length is correct. The meta description is not too long, not too short. So just make sure that the subtitle of the actual article is also, just right in that case as well. So yet again, we're just making sure that everything on our analyst is green and everything is looking good in our Yoast SEO tool. Then just scrolling down, you can see that a few of the factors hasn't been changed green as yet. And as we'll go along, we'll just fix those errors. So firstly, you can see what's red is that there's no images. The focus keyword is not found in the first paragraph of the copy, which those are things we're just going to go and change now and just going to ensure that it goes in there as well. Right now, the slug of the page is a bit too long in length, and we're going to just take out one or two of the keywords and just to make sure that the length of the slug is enough and that it changes from the orange color to the green color in the bottom of the analyst function of the Yoast SEO. So what we're going to do now is actually we're going to upload the main featured image, which is the image that's going to appear on the main image of the actual article. When you go to the homepage of the business blog, you'll be able to see that it's actually the main image as you scroll through the content on the website. So yet again, I say that it's important that we just make sure that we edit and make sure that our text and images are done correctly before uploading. As you see, it's a bit of a story when you have to edit and do your text through the WordPress. Not too difficult though, but it's much better doing it beforehand. Yet again, we're just gonna select our featured image from our media library. And also what we're going to do importantly in this section is that we're also going to include our alt text. And yet again, as I mentioned, your alt text is similar to your focus keyword and focus to your SEO. So what we'll do is we'll put in all our keywords and our main focus words for the article and for the image. When people go on a Google image search and they're looking for these images, they'll be able to find one or two of the images based on the keyword. So we'll use Mokofani coffee, we'll use entrepreneur, we'll use business, we'll use man of the month as the feature, and also we'll just put in youth culture and South Africa as our focus keyword. So when people are searching for entrepreneur South Africa, we would like to find business blog, man of the month, Mokofani coffee founder in that search results. But also, yet again, it's important that we say that we just always just keep to it and make sure that our articles and everything are in place on that side of WordPress. So what we can do, we can just make sure we want to copy and paste the alt text and the keywords, because we're going to use that same keywords as the tags for the page and article, but also for the alt text of the other images that we still need to upload throughout the content. So as we see, we're just going to copy and paste the alt text into our tags and click on add, which will again show all our keywords for the article which we have selected. And also what we're going to do now, we're going to choose our categories again, which the article will fall under, and in this case we're looking for featured, which we'd like to feature as our main article for the next few days. And also the business talk, as man of the month is focusing on a young entrepreneur and his business and his journey along the way. So we can see that everything in the article seems 100% on SEO sides. What we're going to just do now, we're just going to add in our last few images just to complete the look and feel of the article. So it's important just to keep a nice mix between the flow of text and the flow of actual images. So keep it balanced between the two, because readers focus span is quite short, so they like to read portions in small snippets, but also to be able to view an image and picture along the way. So we just added a new media, which was already in our media library. We're also going to make sure that it's centered to the middle, so that when you're looking on your mobile device or on your tablet or on your laptop, that the images are consistent throughout. Just going to add another image there. And like again, what we're going to say, we're going to just cut and paste our alt text into our keywords into that image as well. And then I think we can just add one more image for this matter. And then I think that actually just sums up most of the article. And I think the last thing we're going to do, what we haven't covered here, is links. And I'm just going to explain to you how we can use links from the actual article to link to the founder and the brand itself across social media. So that will be Xbound or redirect links from our actual website to the others. So yet again, always we want to give our credit to our content contributors, and in this case, the article was written by Pascalina Masile. So what we'll do is we'll bold in italic, and we'll also then just search that on Google, and we'll put in the URL to a Facebook page or a LinkedIn page, so that anybody that reads the article can go and follow her and search her on social media, and hopefully we'll be able to grow her social media followers, as being a journalist and contributed at the business blog. So we found her article. I'd just like to follow her, Pascaline, and then we'll just be able to let's go rather to the LinkedIn profile. I think we'll just go in there and we'll actually just cut and paste this URL, so that as a journalist, people will be able to find a professional link and portfolio online. So then again, we're just going to center and just bold in italic the last social media links of our profile. And also we're going to link this article through to Mokofani's Facebook for his personal brand, and also for his Mokofani brand itself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find him on Facebook, and yeah, that's him. We'll just click on his profile. Let's add him as a friend if we haven't done so yet. We can just copy and paste that URL, and we'll link that back to his name in the article. So when you click on his name in the article, to go through to his Facebook page. So we will just apply that, and we'll do the same to the Mokofani actual Facebook page. Yeah, I think it's good just to add some new friends as you go along. We're just going to find his Mokofani Facebook page, and we'll link that through to the article as well. Just go back, and then we can find Mokofani Home on Facebook. And in that case, we'll just cut and paste the URL back into the article. And I think that just summarizes exactly the steps that's involved in the online editing process on the back end of a Wordpress CMS system. But I think it could be a bit challenging at first, but I think once you get the hang of what needs to be done, and it becomes quite of a second nature, you become quite used to it, and even with the help of the Yoast SEO, it will be much easier to put by. I think we're just going to do one final check on the article, see that all the images are there, the readability is okay, the SEO is good, which is what we want to see. And I think once everything is done, you can either preview, or in this case, we're confident that we want to publish. So there we can see that our post is now being published, and we can view our post. So what important is also that after this step, as the online editor, you'll have to pass on the web URL to the social media manager, which will then distribute and post the links and URLs to the article across all our social media platforms, which is namely Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I think that's it. That is the complete article, from Word document to media upload to SEO to inbound links to outbound links to focus keywords. I think we have really covered everything in this today. And yet again, I thank you guys for your time and your effort. And I hope you all that understands. If you have any questions, you can leave it below in the comment box. But if not, all the best. Thanks very much for listening, and have a good day. But remember to follow me across social media at Shane Pichna, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Peace out.